Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Nacho Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we are reacting to Awaken Realms Next 2025. And yeah, I think this is something they've kind of done each year where they kind of show some of like the upcoming crowdfunding campaigns. I think one of them that they showed last time actually looks like it's a pledge manager that's open for all. That did pretty well. It looks like Lands of Evershade. I think I remember being kind of interested in the look of it, but at the same time thinking, my gosh, that looks like a lot of game.
Yes.
Um,
And oh my goodness, a lot of big projects they have had.
mhm.
They got what? They got seven here. Seven
Yep.
little projects here.
Yeah, they did mention seven of them here, and yeah, I think we could just start with that top left and work our way through them, maybe. Dragon Eclipse, the Grand Quest, and Dragon Eclipse. I think might have was it also in the last one, or was it 2 years ago? Maybe. Feel like
Let's
it's probably been a
see.
couple of years now.
Dragon Eclipse.
The
Seven.
original, I think.
Wow.
I don't know if it'll have it in there, but I know that cover was probably one of my favorite. I mean, it still
Oh,
is one of my favorite looking covers ever. I think it looks really, really good.
yeah.
I was very tempted to get the game, never ended up getting it. It looks like maybe this will be another chance to get it. I don't
Yeah.
know that I've heard too many reviews of this one yet, the Dragon Eclipse one yet, so. Not really sure. Might have to go to Board Game Geek or something and see if people have like actually rated it, but I don't know that I've seen too many videos on it yet.
Yeah, I have not heard. I mean, I'm not as into, not finger on the pulse like you with the community, but I have not heard much buzz about it. But I do remember being excited about it because obviously, very beautiful game and beautiful
Mhm.
production. Now that I'm looking at it again, I'm like, okay, I think maybe I remember this. Maybe this is brand new stuff, and I'm just making stuff up in my memories. But like, yeah, I do remember being interested in this creatures, miniatures. Yeah, I'll have to check out. We probably should check out. There's got to be some content out there. At this point, I would hope there is something out there. Um,
Yeah, I think it actually like just delivered like somewhat recently. So I don't think it's like been out like a long, long time or anything. Um, at least I don't believe so. Like I said, I did not back it, so maybe people have been getting their pledges for a while now, but I thought it was kind of something I was just sort of recently delivering, so
yeah.
maybe people are still getting their game. But yeah, I still really love the look of it. Uh, and I was very tempted. I think I was just, if I remember right, because it's been a while. Like I said, I don't remember when that one launched, but I thought it was maybe feeling like it might be too light of a game, I think, at the time, if I remember right. And I was
Mm.
just worried that it was just going to be more of a big, huge production for a very kind of minimal game experience. And
Yeah.
I feel like that can make it very difficult to possibly get it played because it's like, is it worth all that effort? No, it looks like there are some
Yeah.
ratings out there, so people have been getting it. Ooh, it was 1 to 2 players. I forgot about that part about it. Um, yeah,
Ooh, wow.
I'd probably still be interested in this. Like I said, probably when this launches, I'll probably have to take a look and see if there are some good reviews out there um, to learn a little bit more about it. I guess, are you interested in it at all yet, or not really?
I am still interested. So is the original a 1 to 2 player game? Um, I don't remember it being that. So that has me more interested in it now, or
Yeah,
re-interested in it, and seeing the cover again. Not so much this new cover. I think it does
yeah,
new. It's a good cover, but doesn't compare to the original for
I would agree.
getting me excited about a game. So I will always be excited about this one unless I see something that definitively kind of removes it from a game that I want to play, or I end up playing it possibly. And um, it's always on my radar for sure.
Yeah, looks like that's a Q4 2025 one, so still a ways out, and that
Yeah.
means the game itself is even further out. Yeah, I
Yes.
think theirs usually take at least a year for my little experience with them with the Great Wall and Castle of Burgundy special
Um,
edition. I think both of those were over a year, so that would be my expectation going into it. I
yeah,
can't speak on all their campaigns because I have not obviously ordered all their games.
yeah.
But then next we've got Labyrinth Chronicles.
Yes. Well, I don't know much about this. You know more about all these games, but
Quarter 1, 2026.
ooh, that's not bad. That ain't
It's
2027.
a year out yet
So,
for the campaign to launch. It is interesting their timing on that. I think you'd wait a little later, maybe do it later in the year then. We'll see. Maybe the other ones are a little, maybe they're this year yet, potentially. But yeah, I think this is based on old game Labyrinth, which
yeah.
I've never played. I don't really know much about. But just this name has me very interested
Yep.
because yeah, it seems like possibly a fun, I don't know, like game where you're going through these paths and stuff. And the Chronicles makes me think, I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, it makes me think Legacy, but I don't know that that's necessarily the case. But makes it seem more like, I don't know, you've got different missions at least, or different things you're trying to do and setups possibly. I,
Mhm.
to be honest here, we didn't like dig into these. This is just yeah, pure reactions looking at them for the first time. So, um, a new unique adventure mode. So, yeah, that sounds really cool. And I do like their kind of going back and taking older games
Oh
because
yeah.
they did Castle of Burgundy, they did had the Puerto Rico campaign. I think you probably still late pledge for that one would be my guess. We'll see another one here shortly. And then they've got this as well. So is that a sticker on the box?
You're using magnetic tokens to rebuild the village inside the box. It's a
Hmm,
gimmick, but I could
that is
love
a
it.
gimmick.
I could love it.
This one's actually like one of those that I'm like, oh, this could be a sleeper hit potentially, I think.
I am really digging this one. I'm more excited about this one even than sequel to Dragon Eclipse. Original Dragon Eclipse always got some love there, but this is probably even more likely just because it seems much more approachable. Possibly smaller classic game type of feel to it because it is one like what did it have 30 million copies sold throughout the years.
Well,
So it is one that I it's got to be good. There's got to be some good game in there to make it something that just is an extraordinarily popular game. And the pieces look amazing here. The Labyrinth. There's a lot of games. We have a few. What's the one Thunderworks game? Stone Spine Architects
Stone Spine Architects.
building a thing. There's a few games where you're kind of building a dungeon type thing. But to
Hmm.
have a 3D dungeon in the game. Don't have to go to Etsy and find pieces, this and that, because ain't nobody got time for that. Um, that would be just a really awesome table presence, I think.
Yeah, I'm really liking the look of this and the idea of it, especially if, yeah, it's maybe just, I guess, did it say in there? Probably just taking that base labyrinth and expanding upon it, changing it potentially. Because if it is an older game, it maybe could have potential flaws too. Brings a
Co-op
new co-op
campaign mode.
campaign mode to one of the best-selling. So yeah, it'd be really cool. I hope this one's really good. I'm
Yeah.
really hoping that it is because yeah, if it's this 1986, it's getting awards. If it's that old of a game, and yeah, it's still considered popular. Um, how many? Already almost 12,000 people following.
Oh yeah.
So people are excited for this one. Did you look at how many were following the?
That
Uh,
ad does it here. 8,000, 8,300.
okay,
So that is right around below. Um, 13,000 for This War of Mine, 19,000 for Agricola,
Agricola.
15,000.
That one's yeah. But
High
yeah, I'm
difficulty.
excited for that one. It might be the one I'm most excited for out
Yeah,
of this set of them.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
But
What
then
is
we've got
this?
Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. PC game collector's edition.
I don't
Is
know.
this an actual PC game?
Collector's edition of the Tainted Grail digital
Scheduled for quarter
game.
one of 2025, so this one will be soon.
Yeah, so it must be digital. So a special edition of the digital game. Exclusive content, enhance your experience. So yeah, if you are, I guess I don't know, probably some add-ons if you do have the game already. Just give you a little book, a coin.
I'm not sure what all that stuff would be.
Haven't played the
Whether that's
game, haven't played the digital game.
yeah. I will
Um,
say Tainted Grail is one that I've been interested. I like the idea or the theme of like this dark Arthurian kind of tales and stuff. I like that, but it's from the reviews that I've watched and stuff, it sounds like it's a little bit complex and stuff potentially, or
okay.
there's kind of a lot going on or a lot of reading, um, which kind of scares me off a bit. Where if it's a digital version of the game, maybe that changes a bit. So I
Mhm.
could maybe be a little bit more interested in that. I don't know how this one works, if it's an exact copy of the game or not.
Get your maps in here, your mouse and keyboard pad.
I do need a mouse and
I'll be
keyboard
like,
pad
I just can't
and a
play this
metal
game.
coin
I can't play the game if I don't have a themed keyboard pad. It's just
and a
not
metal
the
coin
same.
and
No,
my minis.
and my minis, I just want to look at the magnet. Just ripping into it. But yeah, it's a great game, I'm sure. So there's
Yeah, I
that.
think it's really highly rated.
It's probably the least interested of the projects, just because that's like something different. It's not a standalone game.
Yeah.
And it's digital and all that stuff. Below the Asylum, B.E.L.O.W. The Asylum. Don't know anything about it, but it looks like a spooky game. Let's see what we got here. Yep, we got a monster. Spook. It's making me think of like Silent Hill or something like that. Action horror board game where elite agents battle threats in a haunted asylum. Okay, so maybe like a team going in to wipe things out. Quarter three, 2025, so a little sooner. What is this? Almost 12,000 backers. Let's say once abandoned. It's a fantasy horror adventure cooperative. Stunning visuals, deep strategy, immersive, ever-evolving narrative, asymmetrical characters. Yeah, it just sounds like a lot of I like this miniature with a water spirit cat on his shoulders. I'm not sure what that is,
And no eyes.
but I like it.
I think they do an amazing job with their miniatures. I think that's one of the things they're most known for. But that's also kind of a scary thing if they're basing it solely on how great of miniatures that they can make, not necessarily gameplay. And I wouldn't say that this really gets me very excited. This one's
Yeah.
definitely lower on my list as well. Um, I think they have, what do they have? Stalker? I think they have
Oh
Stalker
yeah.
game too, or Stalker. So yeah, I don't know if this is also based on, because I think that was based on something, right?
I think so, like a video game or something.
Yeah, I wonder if this is based on something as well. But yeah, I would say I'm not the most excited for some of their kind of miniature games that
Yeah.
totally dependent on that. Um,
Yeah,
but
this
yeah,
was a little disappointed as I went through it. It seems like you see less, even though it's happening sooner. You just see a couple miniatures, and that's about it. A little bit of story explanation. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. 'Cause I was like, I see red. I like bright, stark red colors in my covers, and let me
mm,
down. It let me down big time.
yeah, might have the best cover of the ones here, but
It might. It
yeah.
might.
But maybe this next one has the best cover, Agricola, Dead Harvest.
Dead Harvest. The craziest thing. You sent it to me, and I'm like, oh, is this one of those AI fake board games? I was convinced it had to be. And then I saw the post was by Awaken Realms or whatever, and I'm like, Would they do that? It's not April Fool's. What is going on here? This can't be real. Agricola with zombies. Plants
I
vs. zombies, I guess.
I did not expect this at all. Definitely, we had a video where we talked about after they did the Castle of Burgundy Special Edition games that could use kind of reprint or a
Yeah,
special edition kind of thing. And
blasting them off of that tractor with a shotgun. Oh my goodness.
he just might be, my
Never mind. This
goodness.
is the best cover.
But yeah, I don't remember if we named Agricola or not, but I think that it's I don't know that any of us it's our really our favorite game necessarily. So um, of some of the older Euros and stuff. So that's probably why we might not have said it, but it does not surprise me that they would. Uh, Obviously, they have this edition, but they've also got a new upgraded edition of Agricola coming. But I'm probably more interested in this because it's going to be, uh, I think, a brand new game, sort of, with maybe some, I'm sure, some inspiration from Agricola.
Defend
One
your
of your,
land.
you did make a prediction, Pepper, that Uwe Rosenberg would come out with his next big
Yes.
game. And I don't know, I might have to give you points for this one, even though it's a 2026 campaign. So that means it's really like a 2027 release,
I
probably.
I might have to take at least a half a point, maybe the tie break point with this one. And yeah, I mean, I was wild. I was like, what the heck is going on here? But then my second thought was, I absolutely love this, and I am extremely interested in this because I like Caverna. I guess I've only played Agricola once. I like Caverna quite a bit. Just kind of how you're building things up. It's always fun to kind of create a little farm or a little company or theme park in your board games. And if you're doing that and also defending with whatever intense survival mechanics, which is just feeding your people times 20. Um, and this could just be out of nowhere hit, great hit, better than Agricola, better than anything Uwe's ever done, and I would love to see it so much. So I'm really hoping this is different enough because I did like Caverna more than Agricola. Hope this brings something in there that can take it to an even better level.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I'm hoping that this is really great. And yeah, it was very unexpected.
A unique fusion of farming and horror. What
I
is
don't hate it.
going
I don't hate that.
What is going on? 2026. Dang it. Why can't this be sooner? Maybe the other one's sooner. It is sooner. Special edition of Agricola. So this is definitely more in line with the Castles of Burgundy, Puerto Rico releases previously. Just kind of taking the game, making it real pretty, maybe throwing in a thing or two in there, and just giving a definitive version for the people who love the game or want to get into it and want it to look really nice as well. It's Q2 2025. And what does this have? So this has 20,000 people. And that zombie one has 15,000 people. I get it. It's divisive. People who love Agricola aren't necessarily the people I would think would be down to
Have
bring
zombie Agricola.
zombies into it. But they're
Yeah,
bold.
that's definitely fair. And yeah, you know what you're getting with this game because I'm assuming there's like really no actual gameplay changes, whereas that's gonna, I think it sounds like it's gonna be a totally different game, but well, maybe not totally different, but different game versus this is just kind of giving you different upgraded things. Oh boy, some animals that you've got there. It looks like exciting new additions.
Yeah.
Uh, but
Twists.
was it needed? Were you feeling like you needed? I guess does it have updates and more reveals? So maybe they're not revealing too much
That's
yet
true.
as to what
That's
you'll
true.
have in there. Um, but yeah,
It's
I don't know.
I mean, that's a really nice cover. And
It is a really nice
we're
cover.
not the biggest fans of the Clemens Franz artwork. I I've grown to like it, and it's familiar and it's comfortable. and it does have its charm to it, for sure.
Hmm.
But as like something I want to hang on the wall, I think that same with Castle of Burgundy, the new version. This one, I don't know if it's the same artist, but I'm like, I just really, really like that art style. And I'm like, if you're upgrading all the components to make them like you see the animals, I assume they were meeples to begin with. If
Hmm.
they're miniatures and if they're kind of treating every part of it similar to the way Castles of Burgundy did and just making everything as good as it can possibly be. I am interested in it. It's just like it does suck that I do like Caverna more than Agricola. I'm like I would like to see that one more, but maybe with all the expansions that this will include in it, existing expansions, and possibly some new twists, maybe it does introduce things that will elevate it.
Yeah, and I wonder because they're doing this, and a lot of the games I think are in the top
Ooh.
100 that they've been doing this for. Depending on how well this one goes, I wonder if we will get because I think did Lookout Games also do Caverna and Feast for Odin?
I would think so. I would think they
Don't
did.
remember. I don't remember, but is that case, I could see them doing the same thing for Caverna and then possibly even a Feast for Odin.
Oh my goodness, they could have a big 3D cave to put your tiles in. My goodness.
And
Immersive.
think about what you'd have to fill in your board on Feast for Odin.
Oh,
All those polyomino shapes, how you
oh
could
my
upgrade all
goodness.
of those.
Every single one of them unique. This would be amazing. I would
I
I
I
would
would
like it.
not be surprised if this does well. I would actually be more surprised if this does well if they didn't do it. Because those
Yeah.
games are also, I think, in the top 100.
No, yeah.
I think that's what they've focused
They
on
gotta
so
do one of
far.
them. They
So,
gotta do one of them at least.
you know,
Oh boy, the Uwe Renaissance. It's happening, baby. It's
it's happening.
happening. Call it. And then the last one we have here is This War of Mine, second edition, which we have not played the first one, or I believe video game that it is based on, but I've heard that it's pretty bleak, pretty depressing kind of atmosphere to the game, which um, at times I could be in the mood for that, but like I don't know if that's always what I'm looking forward to,
Yeah.
looking for. But I do like the art style of this one, so this might actually be my favorite cover. This or the zombies, one of these two, uh, is got to be one of my favorites for cover here.
Yeah, it's a pretty good cover. But yeah, I think if I was wanting to go into that kind of thing, I think I'd rather just watch more of maybe a sad movie versus playing a
Oh yeah,
sad game if it is really that immersive. Because yeah, that's really the things I've heard about it is
yeah,
how it's really got that uh, bleak feeling.
yeah,
And I maybe if I was going to do that for with my time, I think I'd just rather watch a movie uh, versus I'd rather play a fun, exciting game. And I guess not to
yeah,
say it's not fun. I don't. I've never played it,
yeah,
so maybe it's a really solid game with solid mechanics. I'm not sure. But yeah,
yeah,
it looks like it's got a lot of words there, a lot of positive things said about it. So, um,
yeah.
you
So
know,
yeah, I think very story driven it's looking to be, and um, yeah, if I do want like a darker theme, I probably do want some fun injected into it, like Cthulhu Death May Die, where it's like obviously that Lovecraftian horror, monsters, and crazy, not really family friendly, happy go lucky stuff, but it has a lot of humor in there and a lot of crazy wackiness. Where this is, I think, meant to be a little more serious.
mhm.
Still cool looking and uh,
Yeah,
slightly interested in it, but I would say most of all, I'm interested in the Labyrinth Chronicles is going to be the winner for me today. Probably second would be Agricola. What is it? Dead Harvest. Those are the two big
yeah.
ones for me.
I think depending on what it ends up being, I think Agricola Dead Harvest would be the top for me, unless it's like very, very close to Agricola. Then I
Okay.
think I'd rather just go with Labyrinth, but I think it is pretty close. I'm actually a lot more excited about Labyrinth Chronicles than I maybe would have initially
Yeah,
thought. Just something about it that is appealing, but I think all these announcements, I think, with all the followers and stuff that they have on almost all of them, I think they'd hit some pretty good spots there. I mean, obviously, four of them are, well, I guess five of them are kind of, or six. Six of them are going back to kind of previous games in a way. So,
yeah,
and I think Agricola is obviously extremely popular. I think this War of Mine is popular. Dragon Eclipse is going back to a game that none of us have heard any reviews on. Labyrinth Classic, and yeah, Tainted Grail, I think, is one of their biggest sellers as well.
yeah,
And it looks like there's a lot of people excited with B.E.L.O.W as well. So
yeah.
yeah, let us know in the comments.
In a few years, they can
In a
go
few
back to
years, you can be
below.
excited. Let us know in the comments below which ones you're most excited for, or if there's maybe other ones that they launched last year. I don't know I don't think like Puerto Rico or any of them have delivered yet. I guess for the pledge, if they're still open, I assume they have not delivered. So if they say, yep, pledge manager, looks like all of those are still open from their last one, pretty much. Um, so yeah, let us know which ones you're excited for. If you're excited for some of these that still have not delivered, if you're waiting for those, or which ones you've backed in the past from Awaken Realms, if you've had good experiences with them or not. Uh, but yeah, otherwise, like the video, subscribe if you want future content like this, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.